Hey guys, welcome back to Friction Grand Rapids. Coach Bobby here. Today we're gonna work on the push jerk. So adding this movement into your workout routine is gonna do a lot of things for you. One, if you've learned the press, if you've learned the push press, the push jerk is gonna help you lift even more weight, which is gonna help get your shoulders and arms stronger. But the push jerk also has a second demand on the hip. So the hip works twice. You're gonna develop more strength and control of the hip, but your core demand is much greater as well, not just through the abdominals, but also the erector spinae up into the upper back. So a lot of benefits for implementing the push jerk. So today we're gonna learn how to do it properly. When we're looking at the push jerk, Trina's gonna show us a few. If you've learned the push press, you know that it's gonna start the same way, but the push jerk, you're actually gonna move under and drop your body under as the weight travels up. Arms are gonna move up into the bar throughout that whole process, even as you're moving underneath the bar. First thing we're gonna address with setup for this one is gonna be our footwork. Our feet are gonna be in the exact same place they would be for a press or a push press, directly under the hips. Toes turned out, they can be forward if that's more comfortable. But the thing that's gonna change on the push jerk from the push press is that we're gonna want a little bit higher elbow position. Because the hips are gonna be working more in this one, we'll have a little bit more support from the shoulder. That'll allow the hip to work more into the bar. All right, guys, so the easiest way to learn that hip action is to think about it without a barbell, and we think about it like a jump. So when we jump, we want to go through a dip and drive, and then we're gonna land back into that position. So what that'll look like is we're gonna start with just our hands at our sides, so we're not even thinking about our arms at all. We're gonna dip, keeping good knee alignment over the toes. We'll extend out of that position, jumping and landing right back into that position. So if Trina shows us a few more, pay attention to her heels being flat in the start position and the receiving position. The next progression for this is to do the exact same thing, but having our hands at our shoulders. The hands will stay at the shoulders the entire time, and just do the exact same thing with the lower body. That arm position is just gonna help us stay more upright. And then lastly, she's gonna do that again, but now when she jumps, she's gonna punch and hold that lock position as she lands and stands. And that's it. So before adding the barbell, we want to refine our footwork a little bit more because there's a lot of coordination and agility with the lower body with this one. So let's take a look at her receiving position. Because we know in her start position, we want to start with the feet under the hips, but when we land, the feet are going to naturally move out. So they'll kind of naturally move out into a squat stance. And we just want to make sure the knees stay stacked over the toes, and the toes will turn out or stay forward, whatever's more comfortable for you. So a good drill to help refine that is to go back to your start stance, rise up to your toes, and then drop and land quickly into the catch position. And then just repeat that. Now that we've got a good feel for how the hip acts in the push jerk, how we want our feet to be refined through that movement pattern, we're gonna talk about making that receiving position a little bit more stable with the core. So now we're gonna implement the barbell, but not go into the full movement just yet. So Trina's gonna grab that bar, and she's going to set her stance up into her receiving position. So she's gonna have that little bit wider stance, kind of looks like a squat. She's gonna bend her legs into that receiving position, keeping the heels down, knees lined up over the toes. And from here, she's gonna press the bar up and hold. And the first thing you'll notice when you do this drill is that your upper back muscles are gonna really tighten up. What you wanna do is add tension into your abdominals to kind of balance that force on the spine. And you're gonna notice that your midsection feels really locked in. This is gonna give you a great platform to have a stable shoulder position with that weight overhead. Once you're in that position, what you can do is either hold this for 30 seconds to a minute, or you can work repetitions standing out of that position and then going back into that position. Okay guys, now that we've done some drills to get a good feel for how to hold our body in position and move through those drills, we're gonna put it all together for the full push jerk. So now that we've learned our core engagement from the last drill, think about holding that upper back and abdominal tension in your setup and keeping that tight throughout the whole movement. So go ahead and show us a few, Trina. So just gonna hold that upper back tension, abdominal tension. We'll focus on moving the hips just like we did in the jumping drill. Pay attention to our feet. That bar is gonna naturally float, so we just have to punch through the jump. All right guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video on push jerks helps you get a better idea on how to incorporate that movement into your exercise routine. If you want to see some more videos, like and subscribe this video. If you want to get some coaching on this movement or other movements, check out our website, frictiongrandrapids.com, and schedule a free intro session, and we'll see you in the gym next time.